afternoon, dear viewers. I'm happy to welcome you on Sovelmash channel. As always, this is Alexander Sudarev. In this video report, we will talk about production, motors, machine tools, tooling, and many other interesting things. It is not by chance that we are standing here in this very spot. Here you can see quite a large number of motors of size 100 for general industrial use. These motors are not represented here in full quantity. We have many more at our disposal. Actually, on the basis of the iron of the standard motors, there appears a general industrial motor of size 100 from Sovelmash company with combined windings Slavyanka. It is on this motor that we will be demonstrating the production line. That is right here now. In fact, there were quite a few difficulties during its setup, and it is not yet fully completed. The main thing to note is that this line allows us to work with this motor size, but there is one nuance. The Chinese tooling that was on this production line does not fit our motor model, this specific model. That is why we had to make a number of manipulations, adaptations, and changes in order to start working with this particular line. We also had difficulties there where we were not expecting. The controller on one of our machines, this one specifically, failed, and we had to order another one from China. It arrived, we installed it, but again we had a bit of an adventure. Why? Because the presets of this controller were designed to work with another machine. Evgeniy Duyunov will tell us more about all these adventures, and he will inform us about the stage of commissioning. Have a nice viewing! Hello dear viewers, colleagues, partners. We are now near the production line of status of induction electric motors. The commissioning works of this line for the production of motor packages of dimension 100 are being finalized. At this stage, we can already demonstrate to you the operation of the first machine in the line, which performs the operation of grooving installation. At this stage, we are fully capable of producing the post-groove insulation tape ourselves on our own equipment, cutting the roll to the width we need. The next stage will be the final commissioning of the winding retraction machine, for which a few more parts need to be made, and it will be fully operational then. The bending, intermediate molding, and final molding machines are ready for operation. So soon we expect a trial run of the production line and preparation of the motors produced on this line, all ready for laboratory tests to confirm all the characteristics. Now we are at the bending machine, which performs the bending of the frontal parts of the motor winding. This machine has caused us a lot of problems, because the controller, which controls all the mechanisms of the machine, failed. Unfortunately, we were not able to carry out the repair on our own. In order to get the machine back into operation as quickly as possible, we had to order another controller from a Chinese manufacturer. Unfortunately, it came with settings for another machine model. The internal parameters in the settings did not correspond to our model, and the entire menu of this controller was in Chinese. Automatic translation systems do not translate menu items adequately. Therefore, there were some difficulties with its adaptation to our machine model. But with the help of our translators and partners from the manufacturing company, we managed to restore the functionality of the machine, and now it is ready to work in the line. It is already possible to produce these motors, which we're now planning to launch. It is possible to produce these motors on it. It remains to make small manipulations on the final fine-tuning of the settings so that the machine performs its tasks as well as possible, and it will be ready for operation. At the end of today's video, I present to your eyes an angle grinder. 230mm wheel manufactured by Sovelmash. The housing elements are made industrially. They are molded from special plastic. Here we see the Sovelmash logo and the name Sovelmash. This tool is created specially for work in difficult conditions. It is very reliable. It is very durable. The housing elements were subjected to strength tests. They were jumped on, hit, dropped, thrown, and despite the fact that there was no stuffing inside, they did not crack, they did not break off, and proved to be very good and reliable. There may well be some changes in appearance, as long as this is the first iteration of these cases, of these housings. But now for the first time we are showing you an angle grinder assembled exactly as it is industrially made. Well, as you can see, the project is developing not only in terms of construction, earthworks, and so on. Well, we're working on the creation of production lines, and despite the fact that the facility is not yet completed, the process is in full swing. We already have the technological equipment in place. We're already talking about commissioning, about launching products of our own production. This is an angle grinder and motors of the 100th dimension. There will definitely be more things to come when we launch our facilities. Well, thank you for your attention, stay tuned, subscribe to our social networks, and keep up to date with everything that is happening in the life of Sovelmash project. Thank you!